Alright guys, so I started out with my 5-inch sander and some 40 grit. Wasn't going very fast. I only managed to get like this little corner section here done, but I started seeing all these little dark spots. Those are rust pits, and I could treat them, and I thought about it, and then I got over here. I mean, we know this is bad already, but push on that there, that is tissue paper. There's nothing to it. And if I push along, it feels like tissue paper there too. Oh, I just broke through it. Well, okay. Well, that may change things a little bit. I'll tell you what, we're going to go over to the driver's side and we're going to take a look at that, see if we got the same sort of action happening, because after me saying we're only going to patch the small amount, that's over half of that rocker panel. An argument could be made for 2/3 of it by the time we dig the bottom out and everything. So let's take a quick look at the driver's side and we'll see if it's the same or better. I'm really hoping for better, but I don't got my hopes up now. Soft. Soft. Ooh. Soft. Oh, that's a big one. Okay. Well, that don't do very good for us. So now if you couple the dents here, which we weren't going to fix, and then you take this rust, now we're going to have to see how fast we can get replacement rockers, because for just a little piece, say if it was just this little section right here where that initial hole was, so give it a 6-inch piece, right? Maybe 8-inch. We come down here to my chunk of steel. This is the 18 gauge, I think. Nah, that's 20. Anyway, I would cut a nice, straight, rectangular spot, cut it out, and then I would simply use something like, oh, this drive shaft right here. And we'd roll the patch on that. Actually, give me a minute to get organized and I'll show you exactly what I mean. Alright, I'm going to give you a simple overview of what the plan was. It's not the plan now, but what it was. Alright, so a pair of aviation snips. Simple, doesn't have to be a specific brand. And I would normally actually measure and mark it out with a marker, but we are just going to cut a section here. I do recommend wearing gloves. Already shaved a little bit of skin off. Alright, now that looks pretty pretty rough and rooty, right? but we're going to make it flat first. I'm going to clean up the edges really quickly with my grinder, and then I'm just going to show you how I was going to make the patch. It's at least to give you guys an idea that you don't need to replace everything. You just need to make it solid, right? Well, this is what we're doing. We're just making it solid, but now we have to go further because there's more damage than we knew of, which does tend to be the case. Alright. Alright, so make sure you're still recording. Alright, here we are. It's still a little bit rough. All we're going to do is kind of tap it flat, especially on the edges. Alright, so now it actually looks like something. Semi-flat, it's pretty good. So this drive shaft is a 3-inch tube, and all we're going to do is we're going to put it right. Which way is going to be the best way? Like that. So this 20 gauge is pretty decent in that it allows you to bend it pretty much by hand. Not as nice as like 22 gauge or tissue paper, right? But 20 gauge will let you get there. That was it. Just a couple little pushes and we got a decent forming. Now we'll take this and we'll put it up against a section of rocker panel that's not dented in. Now if you look free-handed, that actually forms pretty good. We take it right out to the edge, and boy, we got a pretty nice patch there. And remember what I was saying about leaving about a ½ an inch? Well, I'd have to remake the patch a little bit higher, but we could then just zip cut it right here, and tack, tack, and then zip cut it across here, tack, tack, tack. Same thing along the bottom, tack, 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 and you would have a rocker panel. But the reason why I don't do the full length like this, maybe if I did it in 18 gauge, which is a little bit harder to bend, but I'm not too worried about that. The problem is, a patch like this, if you were to look down the side of it, you can see the warbliness of it. It's not even. It looks good at a glance, a short piece like this. That's what I was hoping. I could just bend up a short little piece like that, shove it on, tack it in place, with the old metal removed obviously, but now that we got so much, the length, without having a metal brake of some kind, the length becomes an issue. And now you can see up close how much that rocker is dented in badly. We could come back here to the cab mount and try to make a full, it would have to be a full length piece too, but I'm not making a 36 or 40-inch piece to try and get bent perfectly straight and then spend nothing but time and agony trying to organize it and get it looking good. I know it's just a rocker, we were talking the other day. This is what I was hoping to do, and if we could have, boom, there's our rusted piece taken care of. Tack it in place, call her a day, move on to the next part. Not always the case with paint jobs, hot rods, and rust repair. So I guess what I would like to say is, don't get discouraged. This stuff takes time. The better you build the patch, the better it'll fit, and the less headaches you'll have putting it in. Don't get too rammy when you're welding. We'll cover that later, of course, but it's just not going to be enough to do the job we're going to do. How many times can I say it, right? Like, we're not doing a perfect job, but we're doing a good job. And a good job to me is not just turning a blind eye to doing like a third of a repair and feeling good about it. I want to know that this truck is going to stay good for a bunch of years to come. You can't foresee everything. If you're not stripping a vehicle down to the bare woodwork and cutting everything open and treating everything, you're never going to get rid of the rust that's inherently in every vehicle. even rust-free vehicles, man, they got rust in them. I've seen it with my own eyes. So at the end of the day, this would have been fine if that was all the rust we had, but now we know there's so much more, we have to look at different avenues. I can get a metal shop to bend up some 18 gauge in a full straight piece like that for me on a slip roller. It's going to cost a few bucks. Having said that, I might be able to get full slip-on rockers. I call them slip-on rockers because essentially that's what they are. You're not supposed to, like everybody, I've got lots of friends in the industry and they all do the same thing. You take the old rocker off, you take all, like the rocker panel starts right here, but it goes along the front and wraps around here. This is the rocker panel. And you essentially get this whole piece. Ends here, comes around to the back. It's really goofy where they do it here. This is always goofy with the stamp formed slip-on rockers. But what they want you to do is literally slip it on top. They don't want you to cut it out. They're not made for cutting out and actually making a patch. When you do that, which if we get them is what we're going to do, to get a good fit, oh, you got to trim them. You got to move them a certain way. Do this, do that. What else can I say? It's going to be a bit of a chore. I was expecting a few headaches for sure. I mean, you don't get into this fun hobby without having a few little problems happen. But I can say, with a little bit of patience, a little more knowledge, and an eye for detail, you can calculate what you need to fix versus what you have to fix versus what you don't have to fix. This truck will never be a high dollar restoration. It will never ever be a one of one rare numbers matching anything. It's no Hemi-Cuda. But what it is a truck for a good friend of mine who really deserves to have a cool looking beast rolling down the road. Anyway guys, that wasn't quite the way I wanted the video to go, but it's the way the video went, and I'm not hiding a thing here. So I'm gonna make some plans. We'll get some action happening, and we have other parts to do. Honestly, while these if we order rockers, I'm not saying we are, if we order rockers or get the metal ones bent, then we still have these nasty dents to deal with on the back of the cab, and that's a whole episode on itself, if not more so. Heck, I'm half tempted to cut them off and weld new pieces in, but that creates other issues as well. Anyway, we'll go over all that on the next episode. Hope you guys stay tuned and keep on trucking with me. You got anything you want to add to it, go for it. I've been doing this for a lot of years, but there's always new things, and never quit learning. Alright guys, we'll see you on the next one.